Hello, Lana McAra here, and welcome to Now It's My Turn, where the 50-plus woman awakens her spark and enjoys her life, right here on YouTube. We are here to help people break through social programming, take another look at your life and kind of break out of the box and start thinking, actually becoming aware of where you are and what you want. We're coming to you from the greater Philadelphia area, and we're here every Friday at the same time. And today we're going to be talking about finding the diamond within yourself. It's going to be a great broadcast, and I can't wait to get our guest in here. Our purpose each week is to open the door for the 50-plus woman to live a life she absolutely loves. Today's 50-plus woman is vibrant, alive, filled with passion and purpose, and she's a powerful force for good in the world. And we are here to unleash that power by breaking through social programming to say, we're not half done, we're just getting started. Where each woman can say, now it's my turn. Now that I have raised the kids and the career and all of these things are either complete or almost complete, now it's time to just stop a moment and think about two questions. First of all, who am I? Who am I in this place, in this phase of my life? Who's this person in here? Now that the roles and all the shoulds are complete or almost complete, who is this person? And the second thing, what do I really want? Because I've found that most of the time, we as women, we just push our own wants to the side. We give over to other people's needs and wants. We're taking care of everyone else. But until we ask that question, what do I really want? We can't really make a plan. We can't go from point A to point B. We can't create that life that we absolutely love. We just don't have a goal. So what do you really want? Think about that. And as always, I ask that you always have a pen and paper and write down your intention for today. What would you like to learn or discover or realize today? And once you've written that down, you can just turn that over and enjoy the broadcast. Okay, every week we start off with our heart space connection. And I have had people telling me that they actually come in and listen to these recordings to do this meditation. It is such a blessing, and it's one of my favorite parts of the program. So let's just settle into your chair, take a deep breath, feel your body in the chair, and just come down into that quietness inside your heart. And as you feel that, just let the love expand. Just let the love expand and your heart expand. And just feel the heart energy coming up. It feels so warm and so comforting. And just let it fill your chest. Just let it fill you up. And then let it expand even beyond your chest, all the way to the top of your head, down to the bottoms of your feet, the ends of your fingers. Just fill yourself up with love. Wow, it feels so good. And then let your heart love, this love energy, just expand and fill the entire room. From the ceiling to the floor, wall to wall, fill up the room with your loving heart energy. And now expand even further and fill the building from the ceiling, the roof, all the way to the basement, and from one side to the other, filling up the entire building. It could be your apartment, it could be a school, it could be anywhere that you are. Just fill the building with love. And now let the loving energy just go out over the entire region. Just imagine your heart energy like a wave just going out across the medical facilities and the housing developments and the retail stores and the schools. And your loving energy just floats out. And you know, the Heart Math Institute tells us this energy, this vibrational energy is real. They measure it with instruments. And when we do this and we let our heart energy go out, the crime rate goes down. People have higher immune systems. We need that right now. And so just let your heart energy swell. And now all the way across the continent, from one ocean to the other, North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia. Fill the entire continent with your loving energy. And one of the reasons I love this so much is when my heart energy crosses yours, we connect in a very real way. You know, a lot of times when I do processes here on the broadcast, we use imagination games and pretend games, but this is not pretend. This is real. So when my heart energy crosses yours and then someone else's over here, we connect to each other and the benefits are amplified. So the healing for one becomes a healing for all, and we're better together than we are alone. And we can feel that in our spirit, in our body, in our energies. And now one more time, just let your heart energy go all the way around the globe and back, covering the entire earth with this loving heart energy. That's right. Thank you so much for joining us and for participating. Even if you're listening to the recording, we are all connected because we are all in the now. That's right. Okay, let's get our guest in here. I'm excited about our broadcast today. Hey, I'm always excited to see my guests because it means we're good to go. Peggy O'Neill is a corporate diversity trainer, keynote speaker, coach, and author of 5 books. For 15 years, she has educated people and businesses to up-level their skills in triumphing over adversity, inclusion, and empowerment. Challenges are no stranger to Peggy. She stands a whopping 3 foot 8 inches tall, and she's mastered the art and science of overcoming difficulties, personal empowerment, and inclusion. From the field of psychotherapy, Peggy has supported organizations such as FEMA, Chase Bank, Diversity Works, Texaco, EPA, Lucent Technologies, Ball Aerospace, and others. She has inspired over 100,000 students in anti-bullying and self-esteem programs, and we can learn more at peggyspeaks.com. Welcome, Peggy.
Thank you, Lana. Beautiful.
I'm excited to have you today. It's been just such a joy to get to know you. I think we first met at the EBC conference, and that was in January, just before everything broke loose.
No, we didn't before everything locked down.
Everything locked down. That's right. The opposite happened. At the time, we had no idea that was probably the last event we were going to go to for a while.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's nice to have you today. So we're going to just dive right in here.
Sure.
What has it been like living as a little person in a big world?
Okay, well, that is a good place to start because, like everyone, our story is sort of the foundation from where we live our life from. So my life has been one of experiencing life through living inside of a vessel, a temple, a body that is significantly different than others. So about the height of a 5 or 6 year old, and I engage 99.9% of the days and time of my life is with average sized folks. So there's always been a big gap between myself and others, and even my family were average size. I do have a brother who is short statured, but he was 8 years older. We didn't talk about it in my family. I was born in the late 50s, and there just wasn't a culture around, talking about special needs or differences or anything back then. And so the biggest challenge has been really around experiencing, for me, from the deep in my heart, you could say that being teased, being bullied, being held at arm's distance, not being able to have a normal pathway through romance and dating and all that was very difficult for me in high school and college, when all my friends, and I was in the popular crowd and all my friends were having boyfriends, and blah, blah, blah. And then when college was over, people were getting married, and that was so not happening for me. And that was hard. So, yeah, so it's been, so I had to build certain skills in order to bridge differences, in order to create connection, and to have people, help people to become at ease with my difference. So a lot of those are now my superpowers, and I'm able to teach them to other people because I've been developing them since I was about 3 years old. So.
Yeah. I have found, as I've been working with people and also interviewing people, you know, both on the radio and here, that most of the time our challenges are the things that connect us to other people, because
Yeah.
we share those and we get it. We get each other.
Yeah, and for some reason, that our challenges seem to come a lot in the context of relationship.
Hmm.
And
Yes.
so that could be mother, father, sibling, boyfriends, husbands, spouses, significant others, children, parents, older parents, bosses, ex-bosses, co-workers, you know, just this human thing. And I was reading something this morning that said, when we learn how to navigate relationship, our world will change.
Yes.
And I think there's a lot of truth to that, because now I'm a teacher also of nonviolent communication, and they have the whole idea of power over, earn power with, and power to. So power over is sort of what we're experiencing now, with a lot of demands from around a lot of the restrictions and the government and the banks and the financial system and all that. And there's not a whole lot of like, let's see how we can empower people. And even when, you know, I have empowering others as part of my bio that I put out to corporations, and they have to be pretty progressive in order to like get on board with, it's to my benefit to empower my employees. But I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer, because when we become empowered, we have more to contribute, we bring our best self, and we can be more cooperative. So I think, you know, it's like, of course you want to help your people become more empowered.
Sure. That brings everybody up, right? A rising tide lifts all boats, it seems like.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. So what would you say, I know you just talked about relationships being challenging. What would you say is the most challenging thing that you have faced?
Yeah, what I didn't talk about earlier, which is a big challenge in my life, is just the sort of navigating the physical part of it. That I can't, my kitchen, I have stools in, and when I go to somebody's house, I can't really function in the kitchen. When I go to a restaurant, I can't really reach many times I can't reach the sink in the bathroom. I can't drive a rental car. My own car has, what do you call that? They have pedal extensions, which is some kind of adaptation. And so driving any car other than my own is about impossible, and clothing and shoes and all of that. And then there's the social stigma that comes with being so far on the side of the bell curve, that you're not just like people say to me, well, I'm 4'10" or I'm 4'11", and I know you're short. And my sister, I have a sister who's 4'11", and I know for a fact, because I grew up with her, she didn't grow up with a stigma. Kids didn't yell out of the school bus window, midget, and mock her and tease her. And I had that through my whole growing up, and it stopped pretty much, you know, adolescence kind of calmed down. But then there were other ways that the bias was expressed, and a lot of that came through the dating. And to answer your question now, so I want to talk about the physical challenges are significant, and every day there's things I can't reach and I can't do and I need help with. And it's like, I just think, could I just reach inside the washer machine and get my laundry out of here? You know, so or type, you know, I can't, my fingers are very short, so I have to look at the keys. Anyway, the hardest thing though has been to receive a lot of mixed messages in close relationships. So it started sort of with my family of getting a mixed message between, like, there was a double bind of, it's it's not okay for you not to be part of our family, but it's not okay for you to be part of our family. Does that make sense?
Wow.
Yeah. So that was the part of them that had a bias about little people, about people who were different. And even though they maybe didn't want to talk about it, or they even had it in an unconscious level, it still came through because I'm still in therapy dealing with those issues. And then I repeat those issues in my adult life to help heal them. And I would say that that's been, you know, people coming close to me, but then like, yes, I want you to be my best friend, but I don't want to be lovers. I don't want to build a partnership. Yes, I want you to be my best friend and go everywhere with me, but I'm not going to take you home and introduce you to my family. You know, it's like that's been, and that hurt over and over and over and over and over. And then now, even when my self-esteem is so much better and all that, and I'm single now, I've been meeting some guys, and it takes me a long time to assess, is this person here to be my friend, or are they going to open the door to have a relationship that would be qualified as more than friends? And that's a hard space to navigate.
Yes, it is. I could see that. And from my perspective, because I've been single now for 11 years.
Wow.
It's hard and I think we're close to the same age. I was born in the late 50s.
I was going to say, you so don't look 60. Oh my God. Because you told me a minute ago you were 50 when you got to, like, you've been, anyway, married 30 years. So I've got back to 50 and now 11 more. So that means you're over 60 or close to it.
Yeah, I am.
Girl,
60.
love that.
Thank you so much. But at this age that we both are here, it is difficult to navigate for anyone. And I know that the challenges for you must be absolutely horrendous, because it's been difficult for me.
Yeah, it is challenging. And
yeah.
And as we're going to talk about today, one of my things that I want to share with the audience is that when you frame your challenges as opportunities to grow and evolve, one way to hold this is that these difficulties are helping me to develop something that I call universal love, and to recognize that love is not only in people, it's everywhere, and it's available for me all the time. And it's a matter of, you know, continue to pull the veils back, especially in the difficult times when I get triggered and the old tapes or the old identities come up. You know about that because you do the hypnosis and tapping and stuff. And then I really have to remember that this is the gym for developing a capacity to move from no love to personal love, which I had in my marriage, to universal love, which is growing in me now.
Yes, universal love. I love the way that you said that, because I was in and out of a few relationships. They didn't last long because I was not satisfied. I wasn't happy. I wasn't feeling seen. And that universal love is what really came to me about 2 years ago, to realize that I don't need anyone else to validate me or even to be my companion. I have a lot of fun already. If someone else wants me, it's a bonus.
and that is such a cool point around now it's your turn, because you know, you don't have to be dependent on someone else to be. I mean, I've been traveling around the world by myself. I've been going here and there by myself. I've been putting on seminars. I've been going to speak in corporations by myself. And it all can happen from a place of the whole world is here to support and is here loving me, as opposed to I'm not getting what I want, and I can only feel good about myself if I have this primary relationship, which we are deeply conditioned to believe.
Yes, we are deeply conditioned to believe. As women, I think, you know, from a little girl, you're looking at wedding dresses and talking about the big day and all this kind of stuff. And at this point, I'm loving this conversation, because it's been something that's been really coming to me, you know, recently. And that is that an evening alone to me is a treat.
Yeah.
It's actually a treat. I can kick my feet up. I can watch what I want to watch. If I want to put a movie on, or if I want to put YouTube on, or if I want to read a book, I get to choose, and nobody else has to be entertained.
I know, and you also can pick your timing. You know, I can eat. Sometimes I don't eat dinner till 9 o'clock, and especially when the sun is up late. I'll go for a walk between 7 and 8. When I live in a place where it's hot, so I don't sometimes exercise until that time of the day, and then I'm not ready to eat until. Anyway, I'm with you on that.
Yes, the other night, one night this week, I went to bed at 6:30.
Yay! Oh my God, I'm excited. I went to bed at 8:30 one night this week, and it was great.
It was awesome. I didn't even have to explain myself. I just went and got in bed. Those are the shifts in perspective that change everything.
It is, totally.
Yes. So when did all of this turn around for you? All of the challenge part as far as perspective of it.
So I did have a very significant, I've had many significant experiences of my inner essential nature, which means like, you know how Plato talks about inner goodness and compassion and love and clarity and wisdom and those things, right? So we all have that inside of us, but many times our access to those qualities is often blocked by emotions that we're repressing. So this was back in the 90s. I was in my Diamond Heart is my spiritual path. And I was at a class where we were investigating our difficulties from our childhood. And so we had been talking and writing and processing about it for many months. When I came to class, there was a pile of pillows and a bath there. And I was given permission to go ahead and punch and scream and let out my real feelings about the difficulties and abuse that had happened to me through my life. And it had been so, at every stage of my life, it's just, it's a similar thing of like, you're not okay the way you are message in different packages. And I had a lot of venom about people judging me and about how dare you, and then also there was a part of me that hated myself for believing it. So, because I had been conditioned that way. So anyway, 3 rounds of hitting the pillows and yelling, I hate this, I hate you. I'm really mad, all that. You're a jerk, all that. I laid back on my pillows, and when I closed my eyes, inside of my heart, I saw something that changed my life. And what it was a diamond. And it wasn't like the diamond that you wear on your finger. It was bigger. The diamond was bigger than my whole body. And it went from above my head to below my toes. Wow. And light was shimmering out in every direction. And when I saw that diamond, I knew that it was my true self. That it was like my true self had been hidden from me. The veil had been opened, and I knew now that I was seeing the most significant part of myself, and that my history and my story and my memories and my feelings, all my emotions and all that stuff that I had been investigating through my spiritual work and my therapeutic work was important, but it wasn't who I am. Yeah. And so I heard you say in the meditation, who am I? So in that moment, I had been contemplating that question, and the who of the I of the who am I kept changing under different circumstances. Couldn't really get my head or heart around it. And finally, when I had this experience of the diamond, I knew that this is the truth of who I am. And even though other people might see me as having something wrong with me, that I'm a freak, or that I'm a mishap, or that I'm short, or that I'm not this enough or not that enough. And even though I myself might see or consider myself that way from time to time when things get difficult, that is not the truth. Those are passing emotions, passing thoughts, passing feelings. But I got centered in the truth of who I am. And so that revelation was life-changing, as you can imagine, because I came to see my divine nature. And I saw that I have my nature is divine-like, and that I have these qualities of value, preciousness, beauty, wisdom, clarity, love, compassion, etc. And that I could be those things. And so then the next challenge came to start to sort of integrate that experience and start to live from that place. And then the next step up, I would say, would be that I stabilize that when things are going well. And I'm still going through the process of when my buttons get pushed to remember that I am value, I am loved, I am love, and I can come from that place. And I want to encourage any person who can relate to anything that I'm saying to take on the journey of following this path, because it's the only way to satisfaction, freedom, contentment, peace, and real love.
Yes, it is. I so resonate with that.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think that I know for myself, I had a long list of things that was wrong with me.
Mm-hmm.
And most people do, I wish I was this, I
Yeah.
wish I was more that, less this.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had to go through, because I had a narcissistic mother and a narcissistic husband. I had to go through that same thing exactly. Who am I really? Who is this person, like down to the core, without the social programming, without the relationship programming, without all the baggage? Who is this person?
Right.
And that was a life-changing moment. And I encourage everyone, have the courage to ask that question and listen for the answer, because it will change your life, because who you are is beautiful.
Very.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, who you are is diamond-like. And
Yes.
yeah, and also just around that another thing that was revelatory to me through that process, and I know that you've had this experience also, Lana, is that the more you can revisit the truth of your honest responses to difficult past experiences, the more the more the divine qualities start to shine inside of you.
Yes.
And the more that you run away from them, the more you're caught on the hamster wheel of efforting and trying to be enough.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, because all the different tryings and shoulds and got tos, they squelch us. They hold us down. They tamp down our light, and we can't let it shine. Yeah.
No, well, yeah. I mean, I don't know about it. Can let it shine. I think it's designed that way. When you
Mm-hmm.
repress your emotions, your inner light is squelched.
Yes. Yes,
So,
indeed.
yeah.
I want to take just a moment now before we finish, because we've got more to go. We're not done yet.
I'd like to give
To
a couple of tips. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I just want to make a couple of announcements. My new ebook, Never Date a Narcissist Again, is on Amazon. So go over
Oh,
there
I'm
and
gonna
pick it
get
up.
that. Although
It's
I've done pretty good for snipping them out.
yes, I'm getting better. It takes me now maybe about 15 minutes. It used to be I would
Yeah.
date them for a while before I realized. So yeah, never date a narcissist again. I figured it out. I figured out why I was attracting narcissistic bosses and narcissistic neighbors and narcissistic landlords and narcissistic boyfriends. I figured it out. And so I put it in this ebook, and go ahead and pick it up. It will help you. It will help you to break the cycle. Don't forget to subscribe. We are getting a lot of views, and we need you to subscribe. Help our channel out, and come back, because we've got wonderful guests every single week. So subscribe and leave a comment, and then also join the Facebook group. NowIt'sMyTurn.com will take you right over to the Facebook group, and throughout the week we're over there sharing things together, and it'll be great to have you join us. So go ahead and do that. So tips.
Okay, so yes, I'd like to share a few tips on ways that people can sort of discover that diamond within themselves, and ways that they can allow it to shine. So the first one, and the most, I think the first and most, probably most powerful technique that I learned on the path to living from the diamond inside of me, has been to silence the critical voice. And we all have that critical commentary going on inside. You're not this enough, you're not that enough, you think you can, but who do you think you are? You can't do it, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, all this kind of stuff. And a lot of it, the main tenor of the critical voice is an energy that makes you smaller, that makes you less than deficient in some way, not enough. So what we want to do is pay attention to when we hear the dialogue, and then we want to command it to stop. And can just do that simply by hearing it, saying, okay, there it is, stop, shut up, go away, something like that. And then coming back to the magic of the moment, noticing your breath, noticing the beautiful colors around you, just connecting with the magic of the moment and coming back to this moment. So we don't want to get into an argument with the critical voice and get into a big discourse about yes, I can and no, I can't and all that kind of stuff. That doesn't really serve that much. And also, it really, there's a lot of superego or critical voice around emotions that you might let yourself feel, and also for self-empathy. And self-empathy, I have a new ebook too, and I'm going to show it here. It's called Spring Back, 5 Secrets to Building Resiliency. You can get a sample of the book, which is 3 secrets, at my website, Peggy Speaks. And in here, I talk, one of the things I give away, I talk about is the importance of self-empathy. And so just to remind yourself that it's okay. We give empathy to others. We give it to our children, to our parents, to our dogs, to our kids, to our siblings. A lot of times we don't give it to ourselves. So just to be mindful that the critical voice will be like, no, it's not okay for you to sit down and have a moment of, I'm bummed that this is happening to me, but guess what? It's okay. And sometimes there's nobody else around to give the empathy. So, okay, so silencing the critical voice. Second one is reframing your challenges as gifts. Mm-hmm. And I talked about that a little bit earlier. And the more that you can identify the challenge, and instead of saying, why me? Why doesn't somebody fix this? Why is somebody punishing me? Something like that. To ask questions more in the vein of what's here for me to learn? How is this challenge helping me to become a bigger, better person? What's the gift inside this challenge? And to look at it as an invitation for growth. So one of the things that they don't tell us in school is that all humans are in an evolutionary process. We're all designed to evolve. We're learned to grow. We're made to grow and learn and evolve and become better. And even though we're doing that in school, we're not certainly given full reign on that. Like, they don't nurture all of our gifts and talents. But anyway, we're not going to talk about that right now, the school system. We're going to talk about reframing the challenges, and you can see what the challenges are and just ask yourself those questions and look for the opportunities for growth. How is this helping me? And I described earlier an example around my own process of having people judge me and seeing that this is an invitation and opportunity for me to expand into seeing that love is everywhere. It's not just in people, right? Yes. Okay, so that's an example. And then the third one is actually the process of seeing the diamond within yourself. I call it unveiling the diamond within. And you can do that by doing adding a little part to your meditation, where you just go in your heart and you visualize a beautiful diamond and let it be bigger than your body, and let yourself visualize light coming out in every direction. And just, you can do it now if you want, just close your eyes and just feel that experience of being a diamond, of being valuable, precious, beautiful. As you breathe in, just feel the power come into your nervous system, into your bones, into your muscles, into your spine, into your brain, the clarity, the creativity, the confidence, the courage. It's all there when you are living from that diamond. You can be with that diamond anytime. You know, you can do it while you're waiting in line, while you're washing the dishes, while you're sitting in the back of a car, before you go to sleep, when you wake up, anytime. And remember that you are a diamond. And the more that you can come to the world from that place, the more that you're going to be successful in your endeavors, because you're going to be bringing your best self, but also the more you're going to express the gifts that you've been given, and you're going to use them to help yourself and others. So
Wow, that was beautiful. I love that. When you have a moment, just feel the diamond inside and connect
yeah,
to it.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So we
Yeah.
close our eyes and see the diamond, feel it, and then we open our eyes and be the diamond.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, so how do we get more? How do we get more,
Yeah,
Peggy?
so my website you mentioned is peggyspeaks.com,
Mhm.
and I have a bunch of books there. I have a bunch of articles there. Some of the books are for free, some of the books are paid, and I have a great coloring book called Walking Tall Is. It has aphorisms about walking tall, like walking tall is taking responsibility, walking tall is knowing you're 100% lovable now, etc. And there's other things that are fun and stuff, and some stuff on diversity, some stuff on building self-esteem, some stuff on building resiliency. So anyway, yeah, that's how you can go, peggyspeaks.com. And if any of you want to engage with me, you know, I do this for a living. So if any of you think I might be a good fit for somebody, some team at your work, please contact me, and or your church or whatever. I'd love to share my experience and the gifts that I've been given with any of you or your people to help uplift and help them to unfold into their fullest beautiful diamond in the world. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Peggy, thank you so much for being with us today.
Yeah, thank you for
Wonderful.
having me, Lana. Did you want to say anything else?
Yes, I'm going to close us out by
Okay.
reminding everyone to go to my website, lanamcara.com, pick up that free 7-minute video, throw away negative thinking in 7 minutes or less. You can download it to your phone, and when you have those thoughts, you can just listen to it and bing, right away, they'll go away. So
There we go. That's perfect.
yeah. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Okay.